Mr. Madhav, how do you feel about the members of your own party, the ruling party, the BJP, who have specifically, explicitly blamed Muslims for spreading coronavirus?
Firstly, let me tell you, in this fight against the virus, we, the 1.3 billion people of India, are united and together. Irrespective of our parties, irrespective of all the differences in the country.
No, Mr. Madhav, that's clearly not true, Mr. Madhav. You're not united. You're not united.
Contrary to it, it is wrong. We do not endorse it, nor do we ever support any such statement.
So what has happened to Kapil Mishra, for example, a local BJP leader who is known for his intemperate language, who tweeted, and this is a quote, "The Tablighi Jamaat people," that is from the religious organization who held a big meeting in South Delhi at the beginning of all this. These people, he says, from the Tablighi Jamaat have begun spitting on doctors and other health workers. It is clear that the aim of these people is to infect as many people as possible with coronavirus and kill them. He has referred to coronavirus terrorists, and he means Muslims.
Yes, all such statements are wrong. We have condemned those statements. We have cautioned or warned such functionaries if they are indulging in any such statement. But I would like to make one submission. Sometimes if some people talk about Tablighi Jamaat, please don't take it that they are talking about the entire Muslim community. Within the Muslim community, there is a large section of the people in India and elsewhere who do not approve of the way Tablighi Jamaat behaves or behaved in India. But that is no reflection on Islamic society.
Mr. Madhav, I'm sure you're aware this goes far beyond.
If anybody makes any such statement, it is wrong and we condemn it.
Yeah, but Mr. Madhav, what I want to know is what the BJP is doing to stop the communal violence that we have seen since the beginning of the coronavirus epidemic in your country. For example, Saeed Tabriz and his mother Zareen Taj, they are two Muslim civilians who volunteered to distribute food and emergency aid in their communities. They were attacked by a gang of BJP activists on the 4th of April in Karnataka. What have you done to punish those people who attacked the volunteers and also to ensure it never happens again?
Certainly, any such act of violence will be punished. And in this specific case, our state unit, if what you are saying is true, will certainly take action. But let me tell you for information, in India, so many doctors were attacked. So many nurses were attacked. So many voluntary workers were attacked. Police officers, their arms were chopped off. Such incidents have happened during the lockdown. I'm not talking in terms of which religion has done it. Whoever does such things will be punished in India. We have a very robust law and order system. As far as our party is concerned, we shall never approve of any such activities and we will act against them.
So what do you say to analysts who study your communal relations inside India very closely, like Gilles Vernier at the Ashoka University, who say the government has seized the opportunity of the lockdown and the coronavirus crisis to go after Muslim activists?
Totally baseless. As I said, as far as we are concerned, the government is concerned in this fight, we are all together. You see the ratings of the Prime Minister by independent agencies cite his popularity to be above 90%. Now, 90% is not the Hindu population in India. That means everybody, irrespective of the religion, supports the actions or the decisions that the government is taking because it's in the interest of the entire population. In India, we do not approve of or we do not see any communal kind of situation or any communal conflict happening at this juncture.
Mr. Madhav, you seem to be living in a parallel universe to many Indians, particularly Muslim Indians. Are you not aware that just last month, the BJP MP Subramanian Swamy said Muslims, if they become anything like 30% of our population, will be a danger to the country. Muslims, he said, are not in an equal category. This is the language of pure discrimination, and it is coming from senior figures in your party.
Okay, now I have not directly seen the statement. I take it that what you are saying is true, but you be careful. If it is not true, you will be sued by Dr. Swami. Having said it, we do not, as I said, we do not approve of any such sentiments, any such statements. India is a democratic country. People make their statements, but as a party and as a government, we shall not approve of any such statements targeted at any community or any religion.
But again, I just wonder on what basis you're telling me all this stuff about harmony and unity in India today. Are you not aware that the fallout from your own government's Citizenship Amendment Act has included the Office of the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights calling that legislation, which of course is fundamental to your government's program, called it, quote, fundamentally discriminatory?
Oh, first of all, a lot of misinformation and lack of knowledge about the tax is leading people to make all sorts of judgments. Let me tell you, first of all, number one, the so-called Citizenship Amendment Act does not apply to a single Indian. Do you know that? 1.3 billion Indians, Muslims constitute 200 million out of that. The CAA does in no way affect them. So where is the question of any discrimination? Secondly, and most importantly,
it is
not
pure religious discrimination, Mr. Madhav. Your message
should know that. In India, there is no discrimination. Anybody can come and become a citizen in India.
No, your message to the world is quite clear, that you make a distinct category for Muslim people. In this case, it is a question of people who come from neighboring states into India. You give the rights to non-Muslims to a fast track to citizenship, a right which you specifically and explicitly deny to Muslims.
Oh yeah, just as Austria has done to the Jews, America has done to certain section Vietnamese refugees. If I am not wrong, even Spain has done to certain descendants of Jews of the Second World War time. Certain category of refugees, their citizenship has been just fast-tracked. Nobody is denied citizenship in India if one qualifies. For example, I tell you, at least close to 15 Pakistani citizens have acquired Indian citizenship under our government in the last 5-6 years.
Mr. Madhav,
our citizenship law doesn't discriminate.
Mr. Madhav, I don't want to misunderstand you or put words in your mouth, but when you start telling me about the way in which Germany or Austria treated the Jews...
Not Germany, I have not used the word Germany.
I begin to wonder what you're driving at. I mean, for example, I was very struck yesterday that your Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, paid fulsome tribute to one of the great ideologues, well, great in Mr. Modi's view, of the Hindutva movement, which of course your previous organization, the RSS, and your current party, the BJP, is very much a part of. Now, Mr. Modi said of V.D. Savarkar that he showed extraordinary courage and leadership. We know that Mr. Savarkar in 1939 was expressing sympathy for what the Germans were doing to the Jews and said that our Muslims in India are very much like the Jews of Germany. There are many people around the world who find this sort of ideological connection and background to the BJP and the RSS to be deeply and profoundly disturbing.
You have totally misunderstood Mr. Savarkar's philosophy. He was never against any community. He was for the greater unity of all the Indian citizens irrespective of religion. That's the reason why even when leaders like Indira Gandhi, the Congress leaders, they also have praised his patriotism, his sacrifice for the nation. He was one leader who underwent who was given a 50-year jail term by the British during the colonial rule in India. He fought for the independence. So he is one of the misunderstood leaders in India. So
you mean he's misunderstood? He's misunderstood because his sympathy for what the Nazis were doing was okay?
No,
is that what
he
you're
was not sympathetic to Nazis at all. That is the great misinformation that is spread about him.
Forgive me, but it's not just critics outside the country that are deeply disturbed by some of the ideology they hear from the RSS and BJP. Listen to the words of Mahatma Gandhi's great-grandson, Tusha Gandhi, who spoke to us. He said, the BJP and the RSS, right-wing groupings, have polarized Indian society. They present a grave danger. The danger is that in 10 years' time, this country won't be India anymore. It will be a fascist dictatorship.